Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matthew, and today we are doing a bit of an update regarding our little old friend here, the Golden Lord movie, which, if you have been paying attention to the channel, it has been a pretty long time since I've done a proper update regarding the Golden Lord movie. I know I did one last month regarding like the entire series as a whole, but I didn't really go in depth like for the reasoning. Like I did name the reason, but I want to go like a bit more in depth. And honestly, a majority of the reasons still apply here. Needless to say, this movie is kind of stuck. And I know that might sound like a bit of an alarm bell, like this movie is never gonna come out, you know. But I'm gonna reassure everyone that no, this film is not going to be canceled. It's not going to be canned at all. It's not going to be scrapped. Honestly, I am dedicated to making this film become a reality, and I'm really excited for it every day. But there's a few reasons as to why it is taking so damn long to make. Number one, how ambitious of a project this is. I think that if you were to take all of my projects, all my shows, movies, games, stories, everything I've ever made into consideration, this is my most ambitious project yet. Yes, even more so than the Amber's Godzilla movie 4 was. Because the difference between 4, like the Amber's Godzilla movie 4, and this film, is that The Heat Apocalypse, while it did have a really great runtime and a pretty good story to it, it was just all me. I was the one who decided when it would release. I was the one who filmed it. I was the one who voice acted in it. I was the one that did the editing. I was the one that did everything. This film is not all me. Golden Lord the movie. It is basically a combination of everyone that worked on the show almost in past. Rebecca's involved, Annie's involved, Brendan P is involved, CCD is involved, everybody is involved almost. So that kind of leads to a lot of people that, have to send in their lines. Like, I'm not saying it's their fault. They have their own personal lives, not to mention things that like motivation, like burnout and such, As Rebecca put it, she has like one of the most lines in the movie. I think I have more, but she had like one of the most of the lines in the film. And, she did say herself that it caused a major vocal workout for her. And, it kind of made me feel guilty in a way, like having so much lines, yet, it's not even like a paid project or anything. I'm not saying that this film has a budget or anything. I'm purely making this film for fun. It's been like 5 years since this movie was first greenlit, and I want to make it as best as I can. With that being said, might I also add that, again, people have their own personal lives. GG is just a collaborative hobby between us, myself mainly. But, when one person doesn't do something for that project, that kind of gets the project halted. So as a result, there's no way it can be moving forward unless if I were to do something about it. I don't want to go ahead and voice the characters myself like I've done in the show before, because the difference between the show and the movie is that the show was never really meant to be like high quality in ways, but like super high quality. But the movie is meant to be like this big on full production that has a bunch of production value thrown into it with sets, filming, photography and stuff. Vocal cameos and actual cameos. I go to new. There was just so much I wanted to do in this one film that there was just a lot. So I think really like another reason was, yeah, in addition to it being so, ambitious for the channel, it was also like about, just waiting for the film to just kind of flourish, because, motivation and stuff like that also kind of applies. So realistically, I think like the main reason overall is just it being so ambitious. Because just because you complete a script and you don't make it animation doesn't mean it's going to be easy. In fact, debatably, it makes it just as hard because, again, I had to make all of those Golden Glory like little puppets individually. And I know that sounds like a simple process, but it took a little bit, And even then, I'm still debating on whether or not I should use those for the film. But I mean, I think I might as well. I've already made enough progress. Speaking of progress, the film again had to be backtracked in terms of its filming, so that means I haven't started on anything. But that also kind of means that this film is indefinitely not put on the back burner, but is going to primarily be sprinkling in progress bit by bit throughout the foreseeable future. Because especially with like Golden Glory, the series coming to an end, which by the way, the series finale has nothing, won't interfere with the movie. It'll all go like fairly natural. I have considered ways of doing this film faster. However, ultimately, what I found was if I do it all at once, then I think that it's a much better idea. Then again, it might be a bit much to drop. What is it? Like, I don't even know how long the movie is going to be because, a script can only tell you so much. The script is about like 40, 50 pages long, which should give you a rough estimate, which I would estimate like maybe a 40, 50-minute movie. Hopefully it's at least an hour because I really want this thing to be feature length and I don't want to have to stuff this thing with filler just to reach a 1 hour and a half runtime. But needless to say, this film is going to happen and I'm going to try my best. At this point right now, it's all about the patience game. I have tried alternatives. For example, I've considered taking the whole script and putting it on a novelization on Wattpad and just rebranding it as Golden Glory, The Big Adventure, whatever stupid subtitle you want to make it. But honestly, that would feel like a really cheap out, and that way it would lose Golden Glory getting a movie. Not to mention Golden Glory is getting a story via Golden Glory's adventures. I tried considering just putting this as a season 12 of the show, or like an extended special. But the problem with that is it's just not feasible, especially with the series ending with season 11. Because the difference is the movie in continuity takes place between seasons 4 and 5. Because that's already its own season, the two seasons are like 4, 5. I can't just open it up and put another season in between and then rebrand that as 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's just not feasible. It might confuse a lot of people, and the only reason why the seasons went out of order was only because it was in the order of release. I still put season 7 as season 7, 8 as 8, 9 as 9, 10 as 10, and we'll be putting season 5 as 5, 6 as 6, and 11 as 11, so on and so forth. So unfortunately, this movie cannot be merged into a season of the main series. And I'm pretty confident with season 11 being the last season I make of the show, at least for now. So there would be absolutely no way that I would be able to adapt the movie into something else without harming what has already been done for it, plus its intentions. And not to mention, if I cancel the film, this would be a big punch to the face for everyone who's partaked in the film's production, including myself, because so much voice acting already has gone into this film, and especially for a person like Rebecca as well, like just to name a few, she put so much of her effort and time into making the voice lines for the movie. There was a lot of back and forth between me and her, and we ultimately decided that, on something, so, for me to cancel this film would feel, again, like a huge punch to the gut. And I don't want that. And especially for me, I'm so dedicated to this movie that, I want to see it happen. If this film doesn't come out until 2024, so be it. If this film takes several more years, again, so be it. The whole point of a project is that you want to put as much time into it. And also, for the time being, I'm going to stop promotion on the film because even though I put the announcement trailer up like a year ago, I think, the part 1 is not coming out anytime soon. I know it's already winter and it's almost the end of winter, and part 1 still hasn't released yet. Again, it's only because progress right now on the entire film is stuck, and so I want to wait till we get like a sizable amount of progress before I start pushing out promotional material and start working on the film like full on. So unfortunately, the Golden Glory movie is going to have to be taking not so much of the back burner as it is kind of like a here and again project, because I can't go full force. At the end of the day, what's happening is what's happening. I have to wait, they have to wait. There's a lot of waiting for this film. Everyone has their own time, their own schedules, and we make this film for fun. And until everything gets straightened out, because there's still a lot of loose things in terms of production, I'll update you guys when I can. So, with that being said, yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the Golden Glory movie. Don't expect this film to be released anytime soon, unless we get like a good jump, a good kickstart in terms of progress. However, there is one major update I can give you guys. I can't show anything. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick that up. There is one thing. Actually, I'm gonna pick that up right now. Sorry guys, my Bible dropped. Anyways, there's a lot of things I want to do with this film, and the thing I can update you guys about in particular, again, I can't show nor name anything in specific, because this is a very spoilery thing in this film. I'm not going to post anything about it publicly, but let's just say that this is a totally new thing to the Golden Warriors series. I don't want to list if it's a character, a story element, but this is a new something in the series, and who I'm working with is amazing and super talented, and is someone you guys actually know before if you watched the channel. So, and might have been name dropped. Who knows? But yeah, I'll be updating you guys pretty soon on that. I can't show anything in specific, but anyways, that's all I have for this video. If you guys liked it, definitely subscribe to the channel. Jesus loves you. God bless you all. Go out there and spread the gospel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone.